We are continuing on this video series talking about how tariffs, changing consumer spending, and global economic instability directly impact the sublimation and heat transfer business for maker-made businesses in general, and just covering information that you should know so that you can make strategic choices for your business. In the last couple of videos, I touched upon just sort of the myth of being able to just magically buy American made and acting like that's going to keep your prices low. It's simply not, because there's just so many factors that are involved. But now I also want to talk about the what if. Like, what if we could actually have every single thing manufactured in this country? Let's say that could happen in the next year. It takes 3 to 5 years to build a manufacturing facility, but we're just going to pretend in our fantasy world that this did happen in the next year. The reality is that the cost of doing business in this country overall is much higher than other countries, because the cost of living and the wages, the worker safety requirements and everything are very different in this country than elsewhere. Now, I've seen this argument of being like, oh, well, we should support American manufacturing jobs instead of slave labor in other countries. And this shows such a disconnect in understanding of what labor looks like and how businesses operate in countries like China. Now, first and foremost, I am not denying the fact that there is absolutely labor exploitation and slave labor practices in many parts of the world, including China, but ethical manufacturers, like most businesses do want to work with, are not doing that. There is a very real misunderstanding, and unless you've actually talked to people who work in these factories or actually have been there yourselves or know people who have been there themselves, you are going to continue to believe this misinformation. So let's just take Chinese manufacturing. Let's take where this was probably made. The average wage is $3 or $4 an hour. And you might be thinking, oh my God, that's horrible, right? The cost of living is drastically different, first and foremost, because everything is covered for them. That's the thing about living in a communist society. I'm not saying that communism is good, just to be clear about that, but I am saying that they get a lot more than we get as Americans as a result of it. They have a lot less freedoms as well, but they get a lot more. A lot of these manufacturing facilities do things like have 3 square meals a day, have dorms that are available for those that don't cost anything, that they can live in if they would choose to do that. They are getting full healthcare coverage with no added expenses, and they have guaranteed workers' rights, things that we literally do not have here in the United States. Check the next video for more about this.